Welcome back to another episode of my modded 1.19 Let's Play. One of the first priorities today will be making our house look prettier on the inside because we have yet to do that, even though it's already kind of cute on the outside. And then second off, we only have this little piece of land for a food supply. So what I'd also like to do is clear out some of the area here so we can make a path from our house to the farm that I will be making a little bit bigger because right now it is really not sustainable. We get rid of all of the leaves and finally all of the dripstone. I've been waiting to do this ever since I moved here. And when we finally got rid of everything in the way, we only had some terraforming left to do before we could get started on our lovely, lovely path. But I wouldn't be me if I didn't get distracted by some pumpkins that I found in my chest. So before I actually work on the path, I decide the house needs to be covered in pumpkins at each corner, I guess is the look I was going for. But hey, don't they look cute? After being distracted by pumpkins, I start laying out the path. I initially wanted to go with this randomly loosely placed design, but I do end up filling all the separate holes in later. Initially, I wanted to use all of the empty space created here for an automated chicken farm or maybe even cow farm, but I quickly came to realize that you do need nether quartz to make an observer, and we do not yet have that, so abort mission. It became about time that I focused on getting ourselves some more chests because the 2 chests outside combined with the backpacks were not holding all of our goods anymore. I start off with just 3 chests for the time being so we could move our stuff from outside to inside. After puzzling with these chests and the layout for a little bit, I figure out something that works pretty well, being a separate chest for wood, a separate chest for all other blocks, even a separate chest for all greenery, and then of course, as always, a separate chest for valuables like our diamonds, our lapis, our iron, and our gold. Then we have a final chest filled with mob drops and all of the items that I couldn't really fit into any of those other categories. It's still a really simple storage system, and this will not last us very long, but I needed something to get us started. One of the mods I have installed is called the Veggie Way, and this basically allows you to live as a vegetarian, which I am in real life. With this item that I just made, you can click on your grass blocks and it'll give you all sorts of seeds that you can plant, like quinoa seeds, soybeans, what else was there? Cotton seeds, and way more. So right now, instead of just digging out our floor and place the right block in it, I decided to shovel some up with our special tool so we can get some seeds so we can use these in our farm. We then fill in our floor finally, and I decided to go with birch because I really like the way that this resource pack makes the birch look. But then, as I was making my floor look pretty, we had visitors. Let's have some baked potatoes. And try to go fight them, I guess? Cue the epic battle music. Okay. Okay. Can I please get up? Okay. Where is my third dog? Did I kill? Okay. I was gonna say, did they kill one of my dogs? Because I would have been so sad. After all that fighting, it was finally time to upgrade our farmlands because, let's be honest, it was looking kind of sad. So we add all of those seeds that we dug up earlier to our farm. The only thing that I want to work on later still is making the farm look prettier because right now it is literally just a patch of land with some crops on it. It doesn't really look aesthetically pleasing yet. Anyways, now it is finally time to connect our farm to the path that we had created earlier. And as you can see, it is still looking a little bit patchy, but again, trust me, I will be filling this in later. I had so much more plans for today in my world, but unfortunately intruders started spawning all around as the sun was setting, so I had to cut my plans in half and head to bed. I was so happy to see that the morning greeted us with this beautiful rainbow, and I just had to show you guys. And then it was back to work. We started on making a little enclosure to keep some animals. In the future, I would like to make an actual barn, like a real build, but for now, some fences will have to do. And this wasn't as easy as you'd think, because there were a lot of spots where the animals could still get out, so we had to do lots and lots of testing ourselves. We had a visit from the wandering trader, but because we don't really have any emeralds and because I would really like to get some spare leads, we had to get rid of him and then restart our game so the llamas don't hate us anymore. By now, a few days had passed, so our crops had started growing, so it was time we did some harvesting. This would also help us gather the animals into the coop because you can obviously lure them using crops. But unfortunately, the carrots had not grown yet, so I did have to destroy those crops to get one. But now we have everything we need to start gathering animals, so I went on the lookout and started with some chickens. And then I breed them so we have more chickies. A little baby, a little baby. After the chickens, we get the llamas that we got from the wandering trader in it. I gather not 2, but 3 piggies. And then get 2 cows and a sheep, so all we still needed at this point was 1 more sheep, which we then ended up getting pretty easily using wheat. It's time to get out and done with our very basic farm. Now that we have a farm set up, I can finally get some milk so we can get rid of that bad omen that we got while fighting off the pillagers. Next up, I worked on a tiny little chicken farm, not to kill the chickens, but to collect the eggs, because one of the mods I have called the Veggie Way allows you to put your eggs in a furnace to get fried eggs, and they actually give like a decent amount of hunger. I think it's 3 hunger bars. So yeah, pretty simple, pretty fast, pretty easy. Next day, I wake up feeling like exploring. It really bothers me that we have yet to find a village, even though we have seen quite a few biomes. So I pick a direction, I grab a boat, and I'm on my merry way on the lookout for a village. And on said merry way, I found parrots! I managed to tame 2, so now we have 2 little pets. We also saw some panda-shaped friends along the way, which I just think is the cutest thing ever. Like, look at them, hee hee. We also found a mesa. I just wanted to let you guys know because I've always been obsessed with mesas. After looking around for even longer, it started to get dark, so me and my little parrots were getting a little bit scared. I just wanted a village, not, you know, mobs and murder. But then, to our luck, I found a village just in time. I saw this little enderman and decided to kill it because yay, ender pearl, but I kind of forgot how much I suck at fighting and well, yeah. This really proves to me that I could never do a hardcore world because I just am too bad. After making my way all the way back, all by myself, I luckily got my parrots back and all of my stuff due to the gravestone mod. So now I could finally go explore that village. This is not a normal village, however, it is a Minecraft Comes Alive village, so the villagers have moods, personalities, jobs, you can talk to them, they'll ask you questions, and we can bring some home so we can start our own village. While looting the village, I saw a cat, and I knew this was my top priority, so I went to go look for some fish so we could tame the cat. 4 fish was not enough, however, so after getting more, we could finally tame our first kitty of this Let's Play, and then I found a second one, so we don't just have the 1, but the 2 kitties. Oh, wait, what was that over there? Is that maybe a 3rd cat? Yep, you got that right. So now that we have 8 pets in total, I would really appreciate some help for names in the comments. Then I made one of the villagers that liked me the best follow me in the hopes of having him be my husband and populating the village with him alongside with a married couple. So I made all of them follow me, and then we started our long journey home. Me, the villagers, and all of the pets. So after almost 1,500 blocks, we made it back home. I have never been this happy to see an undecorated house in my life. Now that we're back from our adventure, it is time to get back to work. I gathered some moss because I want to build another house, and moss looked really cute. to use in the roof. And then I also bone mealed some of that moss to get an azalea bush, which is something that someone in the comments let me know when I asked for help on how to get more azalea. So thank you so much, lovely commenter. We managed to make the weirdest shaped tree ever, but that doesn't really matter that much because we just want its leaves anyway. But in the future, I do hope to get some better shaped azalea trees because I do think they look really, really cute when they don't have this odd shape. Today, I try to get some better shaped trees to place around the village. And of course, also so we can get some more azalea leaves to incorporate in our builds. Now let's get to building. I used some more moss around the roof because now we actually have enough moss to do that, and then add some leaves all around to just give that cottagecore aesthetic feeling to our entire house. After doing that, I felt like going to the nether. Don't ask me why, I just felt like it. So we gathered some obsidian and tried to find the perfect spot to build our own nether portal. I felt like this was a great spot, right across the river, not actually in the city, but still close. So we end up building our nether portal here. So the next day we go to light it and voila! Here's our nether portal right across from the house. As you can see, I think I could make something really cute and majestic out of this. After making some screenshots, it is time we went in and faced our fears. I was praying to the Minecraft gods that we weren't spawning in the middle of a lot of llama? I'm leaving that in. A lot of lava. Anyway, luckily that was not the case, but I did realize I did not bring anything gold, and as I do not want to get murdered to death, we have to go back. And of course, it created a second nether portal when we went back. We returned wearing some gold leggings, grabbed lots and lots of quartz, took some great aim and killed some mobs, and grabbed, you guessed it, even more quartz. But then to my greatest fear, I got attacked not by one, but 2 ghasts, making me feel very, very unwanted in this nether. So as you could have probably guessed, I didn't really spend that much time here today. Home sweet home. As I promised, I worked on filling in those paths completely because, you know, let's be honest, it just looks way better like this, way smoother, and I don't know, a little bit clearer what is like the path and what is the way to go. So we finish off this path completely and then we head on to a build project. First, I have to explain some things. This mod called Minecraft Comes Alive allows you to make a village, as I told you guys previously. But I haven't really explained much about it. Basically, you can make a blueprint and then you can see the stats of your village. For us to go up 1 rank, we have to gain 400 total hearts and build a storage. We also had to build a big house, but obviously my house counts towards that. The blueprint also comes with a building catalog that shows you what you have to do for those builds. So in our case for the storage, all we needed was 4 chests and a lectern. I decided I wanted the storage to be kind of close to the main house, but also not directly next to it. So this spot close to the animals felt just perfect. I cleared out this entire spot and then we could instantly get to building. I wanted to stick with the theme that we have been using on our own home, being some granite, spruce, and then redwood. And then also not to forget the greenery, being the vines, the leaves, and the moss. I really wanted to work with a roof that touched the floor in like one part of the build and then a different shape roof for the second part, and I wanted to keep it pretty small and simple because it is technically just a storage. I will also be using it for a home though because we are in desperate need for some housing now that we have started to populate our village. And after playing with the build for a little while, it started to look a bit better in my opinion. I'm not a pro builder, I will never claim to be a pro builder, but I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Unfortunately, I cannot show you guys the entire building process because I do not have that cool fancy mod installed as it is fabric only and I use Forge. And if I were to do like a speed build of the entire building process, I feel like it would make a lot of people feel dizzy and would also be way too long. To give the house some finishing touches, I added leaves, moss blocks in the roof, some pumpkins all around, and then some more flowering azalea leaves and some moss. For the flooring, I decided to go with some spruce because spruce actually is one of my favorite wooden blocks. Then we sorted out the inside, placed our 4 chests and the lectern, and then, you know, did a little bit of decorating because I did not just want to leave it as is. So we added a little desk and gave the bed a little nightstand. I know it is pretty simple, but I thought that simple was better than nothing. We added some more detailing and then finally the second bed, so the cute married couple can now be using this as their home, and it is also serving us as a storage. I realized that the reason that everything looked so bland was the fact that there was like literally no grass, no nothing on the floor. So I started adding some grass and flowers and just making everything look way prettier. I never realized what a big effect adding stuff like leaves and flowers can have to your build until I actually go ahead and add them myself. Like, it makes such a huge difference. You cannot sit there and tell me that it doesn't. Like, you can't genuinely believe that this did not just make everything look so much prettier. Or maybe you do genuinely believe that, but then you're just, I'm sorry, wrong. Because look at this. It looks so cute. At this point, I should probably start focusing on, getting to know my future husband a bit, so I gave him a flower. But look what he had to say. I'm allergic, sorry. Like, okay. Then I gave him a berry, and he didn't even like that either. So I just went for a hug, and he did like that, which made me believe that he would be okay with flirting, but unfortunately he hit me. So I guess it's fair to say that our relationship is a work in progress. To cope with this rejection, I worked on a little to-do list because I often lose track of what I want to do when I play Minecraft. So we made a short and simple one. We have to gather leather and iron, make the village like us, and last but not least, decorate our house, finally. So I proceed to do none of those things that I just summed up and placed on that to-do list, and I worked on changing up the farm, reason being that the villagers kept getting stuck in it because they could fall into it because it is multiple levels. So I made sure that could never happen again by rehoming our animals into a flatter enclosure. I also definitely did not excavate the entire enclosure away. That didn't happen. Let's move past that. And I also definitely did not mess up my little chicken egg farm. And I also definitely didn't struggle to get some chickens back. No, it didn't happen. When we finally dealt with our own mistakes, we had another visit from some pillagers. So me and my dogs took care of that easily. And if you saw me shoot my dog, no, you didn't. Now, finally, I work on decorating the house. I want to preface this by saying that it is not like 100% finished, and it is also not really my strong suit, but it was time we did at least, something to this area. So as you could see, we added a little second floor and walled that off, also creating a little bit of separation in the house and some rooms. I added some birch doors because I felt like they looked quite cute, but obviously that needed to be decorated a bit better than this. So I ended up going with some slabs above it. That then gave me the idea that this could be used as the stairway to go up. And I think this is like a pretty fun way to combine a decorative element with a functional one. And then I worked on making the upstairs a little bit, more closed off using some slabs and some planks. And then also added some detailing in the main room using some spruce stairs. And I also would not be me if I didn't at least try to use a cat painting. And now it was finally time to get rid of these leaves that I only planted there for the purpose of growing more. So now that we're actually working on the house, they really had to go. I added some azalea leaves to a composter because it looks like a little plant. We added some of those cute looking lanterns and made a little desk area. Onto that desk, I added a book and quill, but again using the Mizuno sit pack, made it look a little bit differently than a normal book and quill does, so it actually looks like an old typewriter machine. We also ended up going for some carpet. It is not the best, it's just white and plain and simple, but for now it'll have to do. Added a little chair and then of course a little pot so we could then add a flower in it. Then we closed off what will be the kitchen later using 2 doors, and I think it looks really cute even opened. And then next up, we tried to decorate that. It didn't really go very smoothly, but I tried. It doesn't look great, but it is at least better than nothing. Again, using the Mizuno's sit pack, I made some more plants look even better than they do normally. Because look at this, it just hangs off the wall. Isn't that just perfect? Did the same thing with some saplings, making it look kind of like a monstera plant. I thought this spot was absolutely perfect for that. And then the spot that I struggled with most was our entrance. I think I'm probably going to keep changing it as we go, but this is the finished product for now. I hope you guys like it. I'm pretty proud of it. I personally think we made a lot of progress today. Thank you guys so much for watching the second episode of this modded Let's Play. I had so much fun getting the village going and just, playing Minecraft with you all. So thank you, and see you next time. Bye!